Busted down in Lufkin, just across that Louisiana line. My baby's waking up in Morgan City, and I'm stuck in these East Texas pines. Had a cup of coffee in her cafe, hoping that it might ease my mind. Headed out for Abilene, but only made it halfway. I'm stuck in these East Texas pines. Wish he missed me, well, I don't know. But when I get on track, I ain't looking back. Gonna take these wheels and roll. Maybe I can find someone to help me. Maybe I can make up for lost time. But everybody's in church on Sunday.
Well, here I am in Jacksonville, Florida, just a stone's throw away from Georgia. Wow, over 7,500 kilometers, and I'm still going. I've encountered some of the most vicious tidal currents ever in my journey on my way here to Jacksonville. But luckily, well, not luckily, strategically, I planned it. I was going with the tide, so that's a benefit. A lot of things have happened along the way. I'm super happy to be here at the Port 32 Marina. I'm staying with my good friends, Rhonda and Kenny. And but let's just recap on the last 8 days or so. I've paddled over 180 days. That's a long time. But Florida, wow, it is so beautiful. And when I started paddling north from Stewart all the way through all the lagoons and the rivers, I just encountered some fantastic places to camp, met some fantastic people along the way, and actually I'm quite happy. I paddled peacefully from Mike and Lois all the way to Canaveral National Seashore. A really nice park. Find a great place to stay. I paddled under the NASA Causeway Bridge further to Titusville, following the Indian River to Mosquito Creek, and found a place to camp on the Canaveral National Seashore. Beautiful paddling the Indian River north, just luscious. Okay, I've been paddling for around an hour and a half. Up at 6:30 this morning on the ocean around 7. To the right of me is natural barriers protecting this lagoon from the Atlantic Ocean. And I am basically paddling on the inside of a number of islands that in a way are protecting me from the wind of, in the lagoon. But anyways, it's a really great paddling on the inside of these islands. And the lagoon is around probably 3 kilometers in width, and it just goes and goes and goes. And I'm coming up to a stretch where there's just a lot of islands in the lagoon, and you've got to follow this one path, and the currents are supposed to be pretty crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna go for it. What a gorgeous day, all alone, nobody outside. It rained and poured last night, and that was a nice feeling just to be in the tent, safe. Yeah, nice day so far. On day 176, I paddled from my campsite to a place called Menard May Park. And there waiting for me were a group of kayakers, and Brenda and Tom. Later on, I was able to go out for dinner with these lovely people and had a great meal, and then went back home to Brenda and Tom, where they put me up for the night and gave me a fantastic breakfast in the morning. It's people along the way who make the difference. Yes. Well, great paddle day. It rained super hard a couple nights ago. Last night, just really cold. I had to find some warm clothes to wear. Now I'm in Palm Beach, a really nice stretch of waterway. To the right, there's just all these old houses, the way it was before. And then to the left, there's just mansions. I like paddling between these two avenues of life. Between the way it was, between the luxury, right down the middle. Palm Beach, lovely place. cooler weather today. Reminds me I'm probably getting even more north. Oh well, let's keep on going.
The water temperature is below 60s in Fahrenheit.
Okay. And you're a surfer boy.
Oh yeah.
This is my friend Brett from Florida. There he is, my man. He seems he's gonna give me some food and put me on the kayak and get me out of here. I'm not kayaking this. This is something else. I'm on the inside of the shore. On day 180, I paddled not too far, around 15 miles or so, and from Rattlesnake Island to a place called Fish Island Marina. And what a beautiful little spot the marina is. And it's owned and run by Shad, but the future is not too certain about the marina, but the future of Shad is he's going forward, so that's good. Shad's a great guy. And then I met Arnulf, a fellow Norwegian, and he said, Mark, just stay in my boat. And I spent the evening talking Scandinavian with him, and we went out to eat a bit, and yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
When the lights dim, I started chatting to myself at home. Deep conversations and needed debates I had in the room. When the lights dim, I started chatting to myself at home. Deep conversations and needed debates I had in the room.
Ok, nå er jeg sammen med Arnulf.
Hei, hei.
Og vi skal, hvor skal vi, Arnulf?
Vi skal til en plass som heter The Beaches i Velano Beach.
Velano Beach, The Beaches.
Det er en berømt restaurant hvor det er mye hyggelige mennesker.
Ok.
Og det vender mot vest, så vi får solnedgangen.
Kjempebra.
Og der har de veldig gode house margaritas, hvis du liker det.
Ok, supert.
Så,
some kind of loneliness and a lot of day. There could be some kind of loneliness and a lot of day. But I'm gonna rock this house with my heart tonight. Objects will be shaken by the crowd in my mind. Lots of darkness will better tonight. The stars of our souls will evoke a healing feeling.
Following a great evening at Fish Island Marina, I paddled the next day 47 kilometers all the way to Jacksonville Beach, or a place, little island called Bestwick Island. I stopped to eat at a place called, what's it called? Palm Valley. There's Palm Coast, there's Palm Beach, there's all these places, but Palm Valley Bar and Grill. Pulled my kayak up, got out of my kayak, and I met a group of people that were just eating and having a good time. I went to get something to eat, and this guy called Johnny came up. What a nice guy. Sat there and talked a bit about life. I've ordered a burger and something to drink. hands me $100 and said, "Man, I believe in what you're doing. Thanks, Johnny." And that was a long day. I started looking for a place to stay, and I didn't want to stay in the, in the weeds. So I paddled under a bridge, and I looked in the far distance, and I saw a gray house. And I said, "I'm going to that gray house. I'm going to knock on the door and see what happens." Sure enough, I got there, tied my kayak to a pier, and I'm wondering, are these people watching me? I went around the house, rang the doorbell, and a nice lady called May came out and said, "Hello." And I said, "Hello." And I told her what I was doing, who I was, and right then and there, she just Googled on her laptop Mark Irvin and found out who I was. Anyways, I spent a wonderful night with these people, and they gave me, vegetarian burritos, and I had a great talk with Meg and Donald, and it was just a good evening, and got up the next morning to some coffee and cereal, and yeah, that's how I do it. I just knock on the doors, and most of them were willing to take a risk. Believe that. Strangers. They're strangers. I'm a stranger. It's all about trust.
Let's see how hard it is to dance on carpet here. When they lay my body in the landfill underground.
Day 182 was a short day, just 15 kilometers. And I paddled from, Meg and Donald's house at 7 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 8. And I paddled all the way to a place called Joe Curchilali something, Sisters Creek boat ramp. And I was crossing by I think it's the McCormick Bridge, and there's just major tidal currents under the bridge. I mean, wow, it's the biggest currents I've encountered since I left Nova Scotia. Amazing. Anyways, there at the ramp, Kenny was waiting for me, and got all my kayak gear out, got the kayak on top of his car, drove towards Port 32 Marina. We stopped at a place to get some Mayport shrimp, and just this little local place with local people, and got a couple pounds.
Yeah, we'll do, let me do like 2.5 pounds of that. 2.5 pounds.
Wait, why do you buy shrimp at this place here?
They always have what I'm looking for.
Okay.
They got the good, they got the primo stuff.
The primo stuff.
Mayport shrimp. It is indigenous to Jacksonville.
Really? Mayport shrimp.
Yes.
Oh, wow, cool. So how much shrimp do you sell a day?
And I ran into him
Oh, I don't know. It could be
He was in cold
couple pounds to a couple hundred pounds.
He stayed
Really?
up
Wow.
Saturday night.
Oh my.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good day.
And then we drove all the way to the port, and once again it was a real joy just to meet up with Rhonda and enjoy some home cooking food. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And sleep in the penthouse suite again. It was great.
Where the angels play on in a cornfield on a cloud, and the moonshine shining on a hay bale beauty. The band's all gathered round. Is there a hee-haw in heaven? Tell me, could it be so? If there's hee-haw in heaven, well, I got a reason to go.
The next day, I held a presentation at the yacht, or at the club, and then the day after that, which was Sunday, we played the famous cornhole tournament, and yeah, turned out pretty good. So we'll take a look and see what happened. It's a matter of feel.
When I'm gone, if I greet St. Peter with a song, we'll be picking it I can sing along. When you're leaning up against that pearly picket fence, forever don't seem so long. Is there in heaven? Tell me, could it be so? Sweetheart, in heaven, I got a reason to.
Rob, you have the dog.
On t'a déjà dit que t'étais belle. Mais...
When I'm on the kayak, everything is light. A light tent, a light mattress, everything. My drone, I have one drone and I have one battery. The drone came with 3 batteries, I have 1. So I've set it up to take this, cool shot. And I want it to follow me. So it's following me, and then I turn around and it's moving the other way and it's going into a tree and I can't stop it and it crashes.
Feed me nickels, feed me dimes. I'll play your favorite song just one more time. I'm right here in the corner anytime you...
Fortunately, it's still alive, and I'm happy for that because it works. So good things work together. To those who love kayaking.
You're feeling blue if you've got a new romance.
It's worn right down through the strip. Operation Kayak, refixing the protection strip. Kenny's gonna help me because he's the man.
This old bar room is my home, and it's the only one I've known. I've been here since I was a little boy, singing songs that people know. I watch them dancing to and fro while the music plays. New lovers find their joy. So feed me nickels, feed me dimes. I'll play your favorite song just one more time. I'm right here